What everyday skill becomes suspicious if you are too good at it? Remembering things about people makes you look like a stalker. Ah yes, you're the Stussy I met in front of apartment 3E some weeks ago. You were wearing a patent mini dress and a jade necklace. How about that? Exactly. I could tell you all sorts of details. These days I just pretend not to remember it all so as to not appear weird. But, oddly, I can't remember people's children's names and important things like that. Sneaking. I make a point to stomp when walking into a room I know someone's in because I'm frightened so many people accidentally with how silently I naturally walk. Same. I don't do it intentionally, but I have scared the absolute pants off of a lot of people by walking into rooms soundlessly. I think it's my superpower. Is it possible to learn this power? I had the role of sex trafficker in one of my friend's short films. Apparently, I freaked out one of the actresses because I was too good at it. That's what I'm here to do. Be good at acting. How did she know what a good sex trafficker would do? Some folks have very real emotional reactions to acting, and she might have just been afraid of opus. It can happen quite a bit. Martha Stewart broke up with her boyfriend because she was so freaked out by his performance as Hannibal Lecter. Link. Wikipedia. org/wiki/Martha_Stewart. Being nice to people. If someone is way too nice and sweet, and I've never ever seen them pissed or mad, I'd be worried if they had some other agenda, or if they were a psychopath. This is quite dark, but I found out that some sickly sweet people I know actually had abusive families, so they are used to being meek and walking on eggshells. A sign is if they apologize way too much. This is me. I'm terrified of upsetting someone and hate confrontation. So if I can be nice as possible, then I feel I can usually avoid making someone angry. But sometimes it backfires. Lying. I suspiciously don't believe you. Tying knots. Unless you sail, then you're expected to have unlimited knowledge. Source: am a sailor. Only know 3 knots. Am sailor. Know of dozens of knots. Know about 5. I remember number plates. Not an everyday skill. But I went to the store last night and I recognized a plate from 8 years ago. Told my mom and she ended up having a conversation with the lady from the car, who turned out to be my old friend's mom. It's also really helpful if you need to help the police out for crime. There was a robbery and I made a mental note of the van's number plate. Bam. They got prosecuted. Are you ducking Raymond? 8 years, holy moly. Being able to hide in plain sight so much that when you are not even trying you do this and keep scaring people unintentionally. Strangers think I'm a thief but am not. So you mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that you become invisible to the eye. Begins to slowly eat chip. Work. Become too good at it. Your boss expects you to do a larger workload. My main workplace skill. Managing expectations. That's something nobody really teaches people, but it's probably the best life advice. Even if something is easy, always estimate the time it will take at 125% at a minimum. It's better to go slightly slower on an easy problem than to make people think 2 tasks that look identical to them can both be done lightning fast. Becoming a passive observer. Being a silent type has its benefits, but too much, and people start their suspicions. You're not supposed to use binoculars, though. And take notes. The lock on my house tends to jam, so my dad taught me how to lockpick it to open the door. Now I get looked at as some sort of house robber. I was taught how to credit card a door. Obviously not as cool, but it's faster if you're good at it, and it's completely useless if the deadbolt is in place. I keep an old library card in my wallet for just that. Only time I've ever had to use it in real life was when a friend locked themselves out of a motel room on a ski trip, but man, it felt cool. Shuffling cards. Remembering random things, like facts about murderers or information about people. Starting fires. In love fire and pride myself on my one-match fires. When people I ask about my enthusiasm for starting the campfire. I just say that I was a Girl Scout. Technically true, but I really just love bringing a good fire to life. Next time just lead with him a pyromaniac and let the dinner convo flow from there. Procrastination. Especially if the work done is pretty good. My problem is I never actually feel the need to stop procrastinating, since I've been doing it for 16 years now, and am still excelling in school, and have a pretty good social life. It's actually worrying for me though, because now I haven't developed any good study habits ready for college and am procrastinating as I'm typing this comment out. Cutting up meat. Yeah. And sharpening knives. I was living in an apartment with shared kitchen one day. They thought I used to be a butcher. When I told them that no, I'm a serial killer, they started cleaning after themselves. I have this way of telling jokes with very serious face. So till this day I don't know if they believe me or it's not related at all. Must be sad to have to take every joke seriously. Anyway, so you start stabbing. Breaking into cars and being able to hotwire them. Yes, I had a shitty Toyota Corolla back in the day. Yes, I had to break into it frequently and started without a key. No, I'm not a criminal. I just play one on TV. Fun fact, if you did that in Poland you'd be criminal. It's illegal to learn or practice anything related to breaking in, or even owning picklocks, and if it's your property. That law does not apply if your workplace is officially registered as company that provide lockpicking services. Wait, so say you live in Poland, and you want to become a law-abiding worker at a registered lockpicking company. How would you legally practice so they'd hire you? Is there some sanctioned lockpicking vocational school in the same vein as learning how to become a welder? Does the company teach you? Or do you just have to illegally learn and then get hired? Walking silently. I'm a big guy, but got a habit of walking on my toes when I was a kid, which I still sometimes do. Scares the hell out of people, lol. Was a gymnast, only weight about 15 stone. 210 pounds or 45 kilograms now after many years. However, I don't make sound when I move as I'm always very soft footed and on my toes. Fun fact, cause I game with a headset, the missus scares me more often than I do her. Also, we had my parents come stay with us and realized just how quiet we are on a day-to-day basis. I appreciate that you converted the weight into all the measurements. Saves me a Google search. Smelling danger. I smelled a bear in the distance one night when hubby and I were fishing. We cleared out fast. I smelled the bear before I heard it. I also smelled a bear when I was picking blackberries. The blackberry bushes always smell like bear, but I can tell when it's an actual bear or essence of bear. They love the blackberries as much as I do. I smelled melting wires and called the fire department, which prevented a blaze. Fire started as soon as they arrived and got set up. When I was pregnant, I was a cook in a pizza shop. One night during dinner rush, I could swear I smelled a Big Mac and McDonald's fries. Much less life-threatening, I know. But 3 hours later, dinner rush ended and my coworker that told me I was nuts and couldn't smell McDonald's went to clean the dining room. There was McDonald's garbage on a table. Big Mac and fries garbage. What are the chances that the bear started the fire and ordered McDonald's to a pizza shop? That's the only reasonable conclusion. Fitting a USB correctly into the laptop on the first try. Definitely sold their soul to the devil. Lockpicking. How I feel about the lockpicking lawyer. Your Honor, I would like to go for a mistrial as all the evidence has mysteriously disappeared from the very much locked evidence room. Apostrophe. Recognizing weapons. I can identify most guns, pistols, revolvers, knives and the likes. The fact that I have to travel on business and can't talk too much about work because of confidentiality agreements helps. Happy Cake Day. Thank you. Removing bloodstains. Now women have monthly drills at 2 AM when I'm trying to just ducking sleep and not stain everything. I absolutely suck at cleaning bloodstains off. So IDK, what expertise you're talking about? Guessing where the body is in crime documentaries. Persuading. Wouldn't you say I'm a better persuader? Well, I'm inclined to agree. Nice skills for slicing up meat. I remember what people say to the letter. I don't know if it's neuroplasticity or how I was raised or what, but I recall what people say with high precision. I don't know your name. Don't know what you were wearing, but I recall what you say. Being able to tell someone a whole paragraph of words they said a month ago, verbatim, freaks them out, and I come off as a stalker. Nope. I don't even care about you. I just remember what you said. I'm extremely good at reading people, getting information out of them, and getting them to like me for no good reason. I once befriended my boss enemy over dinner and came back explaining the intricacies of his personal life and how he felt about his marriage. My boss asked me if I was a sociopath. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily Reddit videos.